shit at the pilot. Niggas be broken, be sobbing, but still talking shit like they violent.
Now before we start, shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video. SeatGeek is an app that takes all the tickets from all the websites on the internet and puts them in one place for you guys to find the best deals on the tickets you want. In the app, they show a map, and the green circles represent the good deals and the red ones represent the bad ones. And when you find a good deal, you can click on it and it will show you the view from the seats you're buying. And thanks to SeatGeek, I can give you guys $20 back on your first order by clicking on the Me tab and entering my promo code BSOLZ. BSOLZ. You can download the app from the link in the description, but now on to the video. So the NBA award show was yesterday, and to be honest, man, it wasn't that bad as I thought it'd be. I know it is after the playoffs, but if anything, it raised the value of the regular season, knowing that these guys would be playing to be up on that podium. And also, it kind of got me hyped for the regular season next year. But with that being said, man, the night was pretty cool, but there were a couple of snubs that got me a little upset. Here are the top 4 snubs of the NBA award show. Number 1, Avery Bradley. Okay, I know this wasn't during the NBA award show, but the all-defensive team is still an accolade and it is still an award, but it is just an NBA travesty that Avery Bradley did not get into the all-NBA defensive team. I'm pretty sure everyone and anyone who knows a thing about the NBA knows that Avery Bradley is one of the best defenders in the league, being able to lock down the Kyrie Irvings and the Steph Currys and the CJ McCollums the same way Kawhi does with the Paul Georges and the LeBrons and the Carmelos. We all know how good Avery Bradley is on defense. You know what, man, I don't even care about the stats. He's widely regarded around the league as one of the best. His production didn't falter from the year before where he was on the first team. If anything, it got better. We saw all the tweets that were put out about him yesterday from his teammates to other players who aren't even guarded by him, like Joel Embiid. And the thing is, he had the 10th most points. He had more points than Giannis. It's just that Giannis was a forward. So in theory, he should be an all-NBA defender if it's based on points. And the guy that they chose to vote over Avery Bradley was Danny Green. Danny Green. You know, come on, man. Danny Green is a solid defender. I'd say he's one of the best. While Danny Green is great, Avery Bradley is just better. You know what, man? This is just a catastrophe. Number 2, Joel Embiid. I've said it once and I'll say it again, man. Joel Embiid should be the rookie of the year. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad that Brogdon got it, because Brogdon had a terrific season. I'm just mad that Embiid didn't get it. If that makes any sense. Because I know the whole argument is he only played 30-some games and he should have played more. But my argument is, why can't we change the record from 50 or whatever games from Patrick Ewing's season to 30-some now for Embiid? It's not like the second place was close to Embiid. It would be okay if the second place guy was averaging like 15, 16 points and 9 rebounds and 4 assists or something like that, but the difference between 1 and 2 was just so big, you couldn't ignore it. The man averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.5 blocks on minute restrictions. If there was another reason why Brogdon got it over Embiid, I mean, go ahead, tell me, man, but I just feel as if comparing Embiid to the other rookies of this year, the gap was just too big to make up for people to say he didn't deserve it because he didn't play enough games. That's just my thing. Number 3, James Harden. Now, let me say, I do believe Westbrook deserved the award. I would have voted for him as well. I've already made my case and I ain't saying it again, man. I ain't saying it again. I've made way too many videos on the MVP debate. But that doesn't mean Harden didn't deserve the award as well, because he did. Westbrook just deserved it more. I did say throughout the season, if there was a season to give out co-MVPs, this should be the one. I just didn't want to have one because, you know, just for the competitive fervor of everything, you know what I mean? But shout out to James Harden, man. He led the Rockets to the 3rd seed in the West after having a really bad down year the year before, almost leading the league in both scoring and assists, which is insane itself. And he established himself as one of the bona fide superstar talents in the league. In most years, his numbers would have gotten him the MVP. And he did deserve it this year, don't get me wrong. If you look at him individually and not look at anyone else, he did deserve it. But then you compare it to Westbrook. Westbrook deserved it more. But once again, man, shout out to James Harden. You know, I do consider it a snub because, you know, in 2015, he did deserve the MVP back then. And I believe to a degree he does deserve it still this year. It's just that Russell Westbrook had a better season than him. But that shouldn't take away the season that Harden had, man. Shout out to James Harden. But let's move on. Number 4. Isaiah Thomas's 53-point game. Now, one of the awards last night was Performance of the Year. And the one who won was Klay's 60 points in 3 quarters. Now, don't get me wrong, again, that was an amazing performance. But I just feel as if Isaiah's performance was better. Because although Klay's 60 was amazing, and I even said that it's already a top 5 scoring performance of all time, he did do it in the regular season against a team who had the second to last defensive rating in the playoffs and in the bottom half of the league in the regular season, while Isaiah's performance was against the 7th best defense in the league in the playoffs, and he did it in the playoffs against the best defensive guard out of the top 5 point guards in the league in a pivotal game too, on the day of his sister's birthday, who we all know died around 2 weeks prior after 2 days of dental work because his tooth got knocked out in game 1. And he still managed to drop 53 points. 53 points. That, sir, is insane. I'm sorry. You know what, Klay? I'm sorry, man. Isaiah deserved this one. And it might be just my Celtics bias. Someone tell me in the comment section. But I feel as if Isaiah and that particular performance deserved Performance of the Year. And let me just get some shout outs since I didn't get 5 spots because I did want to do a top 5. But shout out to Kawhi Leonard, who, you know, he had a great defensive year this year. And he also was top 3 in MVP voting. Shout out to LeBron James, you know, deep in our hearts, we all know he's always the most valuable player. But, you know, I do get that Russell Westbrook and James Harden deserved it more this year in terms of the criteria and stuff. But shout out to LeBron. Shout out to Steph Curry, man, for making the sacrifice to bring KD along for the championship and sacrificing the chance to be an MVP basically for the rest of his career just for the championships. You know, he was the first unanimous MVP last year, and now he wasn't even in top 5 voting. Shout out to Steph Curry. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra, who, you know, I do not believe should have gotten Coach of the Year, but he did have one hell of a season, almost bringing Miami back to the playoffs after a horrendous start. And shout out to Phil Jackson, man. You know, he deserved Executive of the Year. He can't even trade his best player because he has no value, and he's about to trade the only good thing he has right now. Shout out to Phil Jackson. I believe he did deserve Executive of the Year. Spam out the eggplants for Phil Jackson, man. But with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I am out. Peace.